I'm wondering, have you talked to your daughter about who she's rooting for in this series? And is there any like familial side bet going on?
I don't think she's rooting for me, but I'm not so sure. No, we do. We talk every day, my daughter and I, and Seth. So yeah, it'll be interesting. I told her she should look at it in this way. The family should be together, and the best way for that to happen is for us to win.
Does anyone else have any more questions? Can anyone raise their hand? We'll go Miriam.
Hey, Doc. Luca was talking earlier this morning about sort of your physicality defensively and how much trouble that gives opponents. I mean, is that something, or how do you guys work on that, stress that?
We really don't. It's a good question. It's just who we are. You know, your team is built the way it's built. I've had teams that have had a very physical defensive mindset, and then I've had speed teams. You know, this team has a little bit of both, but I would say definitely at the guards position, we're probably more of a physical guard team than a speed guard team.
Next, we'll go to Tencent in Orlando.
Hi, Coach. We just heard Tim Hardaway Jr. said this year is going to be a dogfight. So how are you guys mentally and physically preparing for this?
Well, it's the playoffs. I mean, I'm assuming the 16 teams in it are going in it with that mindset. I don't think it's this year. Unless I've missed all the other playoffs that I've been in, they're always dogfights. So I don't think he's saying anything that's that earth-shattering.
Next, we're going to stay in Orlando and go to Kyle.
You know, Trez is in quarantine, I guess, still. What kind of information do you get from, is it just like communication, like Trez did this today, did that today? Is there any more advanced sort of information that you have on his health? Or?
Yeah, there's not much. I mean, we get a half hour or an hour to work him out. Not on the floor, just running outside of his room and stuff. And then doing like film, we just watched a bunch of film. We're doing a little bit more now. He's there. You know, we hold the camera phone, whatever it's called, and he at least can watch our film sessions, you know. But other than that, listen, he hasn't played in a month, you know. So we were really surprised that he had to be in quarantine, you know, as long as he's been in. Considering other cases, but it is what it is. And, you know, the tough part is how much you'll have tomorrow, if any.
So just as a follow-up, you used to say he has a half hour to work out outside his room. Is he like running laps in the hallway or what's?
Yeah, I don't even get involved. They just know our exercise guys do it. I don't ask. I'm not qualified. Look at me.
All right, next we're going to go to Ohm.
Hey, Doc. Yesterday, Paul said that he and Kawhi visited each other during the hiatus to kind of expedite their chemistry. I was wondering, what did you think of your two stars doing that, visiting each other, and also how have you seen them kind of get closer, and how might that translate into playoffs?
Yeah, I think I love that. I know Pat did it as well. I know a bunch of the guys did it, which was great. And it wasn't more about basketball, just being around each other. You know, the more equity you can build up with each other, the more you can use when things get hard in the games, you know, and they will and they do. So I love that. And, you know, we have that old attitude is each guy has to make the other guy better. And when PG is making Kawhi better and Kawhi is making PG better, and then it filters on to the rest of the team, you have a pretty good basketball team.
Next, we're going to go to Mark.
Doc, what's it been like, you know, having this anticipation, this long, you know, delay, and to finally get to this point on top of a season in which you kept waiting for the roster to be solid and everybody to be healthy, and you never really got that? I mean, what's been the level of kind of pent up frustration and also maybe the relief that now it's here?
You know, that's a great question, Mark. I would say this. There were periods during the shutdown that I was just really, I don't know, anxiety or just upset, because I look at our team, and I'm sure there's other teams like this, but you're looking at our team and like, wow, man, we got a shot here, and we may not have a season. So that was early on when it first shut down. It looked like it may happen for the season. That was really disappointing. And then obviously now we come to the bubble, and I'm thinking even greater things now. Man, not only are we going to start the season, back, but we're going to have a chance to build our chemistry for the first time all year. And that doesn't happen, right? But now the players are here, and this is what we wanted, whether we've been together or not. Like, this is what we've been waiting for, and this is our opportunity.
Next, we'll go to Andrew.
Hey, Doc, just to circle back to the question about Trez. I mean, you guys who are out of quarantine can go shoot around at night. They can obviously practice throughout the day. Like, why does a guy in quarantine get a half an hour of time to exercise?
Well, he gets the exercise outside. He doesn't get to go to the gym or anything. So I don't understand the question, I guess. Well, no, I'm asking, what do you mean? Why does he get to exercise?
No. I guess why is there it seems like what you were saying was like there's a limitation on how long he's like allowed to really exercise throughout the day.
Yeah,
Is that?
I think it's more due to what they're worried about with, the COVID. They don't want him around anyone. And so, like, he's not even around our guy. It's from a distance. He's running, out in the field somewhere, but outside of his room. But that's all you can do. That would be my answer. I just think it's more the NBA has done extraordinary things to keep everybody safe, and that's part of it.
Next, we'll go to Jovan.
Hey, Doc. You had mentioned earlier in this process that having the few months off allowed you guys to do a little bit of scouting, maybe that you wouldn't have had before, resuming the season. How has just isolation and everything kind of changed the playoff preparation, if at all? Do you have more information and kind of scouting than
you probably do, but we're the most over-scouted league in the world anyway. What I thought the shutdown did for each team is not go out and scout other teams. I thought what it did is allowed you to take an inward look at your own team and look at what you can do better. And you can see there's several teams that have been clearly better coming back. They've changed. Some teams have made dramatic changes in how they play. And so that's probably because each team had an inward look of themselves for 2-3 months and break down stuff. And so you can see, especially offensively, I think every team has played almost better since they've been in the bubble.
Okay, we're going to take 2 more questions, one from Helene.
Okay. Hi, Doc. My question is, you had so few games this season when you had your full lineup, when everybody was healthy in there. And you're still, with Trez being out, that's still the case here. Does that exasperate you, or does it give you confidence in the sense of, hey, we've dealt with it all season, we'll just have to deal with it again now?
Well, I don't think it gives me confidence, but I'm confident that we've done it for all year. You wish you obviously had it. I look at rotations, like it would be great that you knew exactly the rotations you wanted to play, but that would be impossible with us going into the playoffs. That's unusual, though. That actually is unusual. But the fact that, even the last 3, no Pat, no Sham, no Trez, no Lou, no PJ, it's just been one of those years. We have an idea what we want to do, and that's what we're going to go with. And we may be one of those teams that do make rotational changes as the playoffs goes on, and it's probably going to happen.
Okay, last one's going to be Farbod.
Hey, Doc, Luka Doncic mentioned that he considers Ivica Zubac an underrated defender, and Zoo actually averages his most points against the Mavs out of any team in the NBA. What do you think works so well for him against that team?
Well, he's a roller. And because of our offense and because of PG and Kawhi and Luke going downhill, it forces at times bigs to commit. And if a big commits, then Zoob's going to roll and get a bucket. And our guys look for Zoo. It's amazing the confidence that our other guys have in Zoo compared to this time last year. And so just very happy for Zoo. Like, he's worked himself into that. And Zoob's been a terrific defender at the rim all year for us. He's been our rim protector, literally our single rim protector. And he's done a great job of it.